Hello and welcome to the Etoft21sports Show for March 26th. How is everyone doing? My name is Eric. I'm the man behind Etoft21sports. Absolutely loaded episode for you today. My boy Gino from the That's What G Said podcast, he's going to be stopping by. He's going to share his horse racing bet of the day from Oak Lawn Park. And also my boy Wade from Wade's Bets is going to be stopping by. Him and I are going to share some MLB futures. Plus, give out some Sweet 16 bets. But before I get all that, I want to say thank you to the sponsor of the show, Parlay Play. If you're not using Parlay Play, you are really missing out. Go to the App Store, download the Parlay Play app, use promo code NFL Betting Blitz for a nice little deposit bonus. Now let's shift our attention over to Oak Lawn Park and see what our boy Gino has cooking for us.
Another big weekend in the world of horse racing. Kentucky Derby prep races at Oak Lawn Park and over at Gulfstream Park. Let's talk about the Arkansas Derby, the race so I'll give out a play this weekend. I'm going to look at the DRF past performances, daily racing form. You can get to drf.com anytime you need help when you're getting ready to play the races. So the Arkansas Derby is going to be Saturday, March the 30th, race 12 at Oak Lawn Park. The horses that'll be the major players in here. Timberlake is going to take a lot of money. Super Logical comes off of his win in the Rebel. You're also going to have Muth, who was the runner-up in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. He won the San Vicente. He's a Grade 1 winner. He's going to take a lot of money for Baffert. And then you have Mystic Dan, who won the Southwest. That was on the sloppy track. He earned a 101 Beyer speed figure that day. Those three are all going to take a lot of money. There's a horse who I think is going to run well in here and should offer you some value, and that's Liberal Arts. Now, this is a horse who was your winner of the Street Sense last year. He's a horse who's just really a distance horse. You can look throughout his past performances that he was not as good early on in his career when they were sprinting and going a little bit shorter. Once they got to 7 furlongs and then stretched out, that's where you saw his best races. And he was off from October 29th to February 3rd of this year. He showed back up. He finished third behind Mystic Dan and Just Steel, but he ran well that day. It was on and off track, so sometimes when you're way out of it, it's just harder to make up ground. Mystic Dan just freaked that day, and he absolutely crushed the field. He won by 8. I think Liberal Arts is going to be fitter. He's going to be sharper. And when you see this race shape up with horses like Time for Truth, forwardly placed, I think all of the horses that'll take money, they want to be sitting kind of close. I think Timberlake wants to be close up. You also feel like Informed Patriot wants to be close up. Moot doesn't want to be too far out of it. I don't think Just Steel wants to be that far out of it, especially coming out of that race last time where they were way too far back early on. And then Mystic Dan wants to be close. Imperial Guns, another one. They could be showing a lot of early speed in this race, and it set up well for Liberal Arts, who's 15-1 on the morning line. Best of luck this weekend, and anytime you're playing the races, get to drf.com. We'll be here with you every week with the best bet.
Make sure to give my boy Gino a follow at It's Me Gino B on X. Now let's bring the man, the myth, the legend, Wade from Wade's Bets on the show. Wade, how you doing today, my man?
How's it going, man? Glad to be back.
Dude, vintage Oakland A's hat, dude. Vintage in a couple years, man. We're obviously gonna talk some college basketball. We're gonna talk some MLB, which seems crazy. Do you think what's gonna go on with Oakland next year? They are obviously moving to Las Vegas. Stadium's not gonna be ready. Lease is running out in Oakland. Are they going to be able to extend it for a year? Are they going to go to San Jose, San Francisco?
No, I think they're playing in Sacramento. I don't know if it's a done deal yet, but I'm pretty sure they're playing in one of their AAA team has a team in Sacramento. So I think that's where they're stationed to play for the next 2 years. I just think it's insane. They're obviously a major league franchise team. How can they not have a stadium ready to play in every single year, even if they have to just sign the lease for more? I mean, they're just going to let this year play out, and they really don't know. It's just crazy to me.
Thanks a lot, Athletics, for signing that lease. LOL, go Raiders. Cool Kev chiming in.
Oh, I'm ready for them to go to Vegas, man. I think it'll actually help them. I think it'll force the team to spend some money on some players, actually, if they spend some money on a stadium. So,
worst second round ever. You know what? I actually agree with that. I thought it was an awful second round, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So we're gonna the show is gonna be a little different. We're gonna talk some MLB futures, and we're gonna start off with that. Oh, here we go. Any thoughts on Michigan hiring Dusty May? Well, Dan, I'll tell you this. He brought not one, not two, but three recruits from FAU up to Ann Arbor. So already your team is going to be looking better. He's a great coach. You got Davis who can take people one-on-one. I think it's a great hire. I think it's way better than Howard. I think you guys are going to be doing some stuff next year. You got any thoughts, my man?
No, I think it's a pretty good hire myself.
So let's switch over to some MLB. Obviously, Wade, you are the guest. What's your first future, my friend?
Yeah, my first future, I'm going to take a home run prop, and I'm going to go with Austin Riley over 35.5 homers. With this kind of prop, I guess I look for durability, and he's been one of the most durable players over the last few years. He's played 160, 159, and 159 games the last 3 years. In those 3 years, he's hit 33, 38, and 37. So I do expect some regression here. I would have loved this line to be at 33.5 or 34, but I think he surpasses 35.5. I think there's no reason to believe he won't stay healthy. He has the same group of core players around him. If everybody stays relatively healthy, he's bats in the 3 slot. He should have plenty of opportunities to have home runs. So
I like it. it. My first one, and I say it all the time, buying low, selling high, and that's what I'm doing with the Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles were the darlings of the MLB last season, winning over 100 games and making the playoffs. Their win total is set at 90.5, and I'm betting the under. Bradrish is hurt. He has a UCL sprain. We don't even know if he's going to be healed for the season. He may have Tommy John surgery, may miss the whole season. Their best reliever, Batista, is out for the year. Bullpen overachieved last season. Without Batista, I think it's going to take a huge step backwards. Look, Rays are a wild card. We have no idea what the hell is going to go on with them. Cash can coach, but they did lose a ton of pitching. I believe the Athletics are going to be better. I think the Yankees are going to be better, even though Cole is out to start the season. Blue Jays are another good team. I think the division's loaded. I think we're going to see the Orioles probably win about 85, 87 games. I'm going to play the under 90.5.
Nice. I think they're still going to win the division. It's my favorite to win the division. Do you think they're going to win the division, or what? Do you think they're going to finish second? Third?
No, I think they'll win the division, but I think the division's so talented. I think everyone's just going to beat up on each other.
Yeah, they're not. I think this is a good call. 90's tough.
I think 90's a tough. I think it's going to be like 85, 88 to win it. I don't think they're going to be able to get 90.
Yeah.
Cool, Kev. Future bet. Aaron Jones toe keeping him out 40 games. LOL.
I'll take the over on that.
Next bet, and you know what? I'm going to like this one because I am a Tiger fan. I'm actually on site in Michigan right now. Tell me what you're working with, my friend.
Yeah, man, I can't avoid this. I'm going to take the Tigers over 80.5 wins. They got to 78 last year. They have the same core returning this year. I think they've got the ace and Skubal who's going to come back, and I think he's going to probably show a masterclass this season. He was really good last year, and I think he's right in his prime right now. Behind him, they've added Kenton Maeda and Jack Flaherty, which Flaherty's okay. He can get blown up, but I actually believe they've bolstered their pitching staff here. Their hitters, Torkelson and Baez and Green, McKinstry, Carpenter. They're all still there. I think all their bats should still improve. I don't think anybody behind them is going to really improve. Cleveland's always going to be there, but they have a good chance to win this division. I'm pretty sure the Twins are probably going to end up pulling this thing out by maybe a game or two, but Tigers could be a wild card team this year, man. So I'm pretty high on them. I think there's a lot of people that are high on them, and I think they should be.
I absolutely love that, and that's actually going to lead to my next two bets. I took Scannable to win Cy Young 12-1. Look, pitched half the season last year, 7-3, 2.8 ERA, striking out 102. Plus, when you look at it, he got better as the season progressed. July, 1, 4.57 ERA, 27 strikeouts. August, 2-2, 3.45 ERA, having 32 strikeouts. September, 4-0, and a .90 ERA, having 43 strikeouts. Like I said, every month he got better. I think this is going to be a breakout season for him. I'm seeing 12-1 to win the Cy Young. I am jumping on it, my friend.
I like it. Good
cool,
odds.
Kev. Mets going to win 70 games.
No,
you don't think so?
nah, it'll be close. 75. Maybe they might get 75.
75. I'll tell you what, one team I think everyone's low on that could be pretty good is I think the Brewers could sneak up on some people. I think everyone's writing them off. I think they could be decent this year.
Yeah, I'm kind of writing them off too, but you might be right. They lost Burns, but they didn't really lose anybody else, did they?
I'm spacing on that. They got a couple new bats.
Their bats are really good. Their young bats are really good.
Yeah. They brought one of their top prospects to starting up. They have the best defense. They have the best bullpen. Look, they could do the Rays system, just kind of BS to the 4th, 5th inning, just ride the bullpen. I think they're going to be better.
I did take the Cardinals to win that division, but I mean, there's no reason why the Brewers still can't be really good.
This next bet, going to the ATL. I have an ex-girlfriend that lives down there, so I'm not really fond of this one, but lay it on, my friend.
I had to take it. I'm actually a pretty big Braves fan myself. Acuna is my favorite player. This could be a little biased, but they won it 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I don't know. Last year, the Phillies got to them. I know they're probably going to run into the Phillies again this year, but last year, I mean, they led baseball in hits, home runs, batting average, on-base percentage, almost every offensive category you can think of, they led. I don't see why they won't do that again this year. The Dodgers are probably going to close the gap on them a little bit on some of those with just Ohtani's back coming in. But if they stay healthy, I think their pitching's pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't say their pitching's top of the league or anything, but if Reed can stay healthy, Strider's got another year under his belt. Morton, he's a big game if he can last. I'm not really big on the Chris Sale thing, but you never know. He might give us another good run here. They'll bring Bryce Elder back up from the minors, so their bullpen's always pretty strong. So I just think they're poised to have another bounce back. I know Acuna's hungry. Their whole roster is just they're probably thinking about that Phillies loss last year, and I know they want to get back. So if they won't win it, I would bet on them to at least get back to the World Series.
Yeah, I can see it. They're absolutely loaded pitching staff. They could definitely make a deep run, and they're definitely going to be hungry, especially how they lost to the Phillies last year.
Yeah, it's not the best odds, but I'll take the plus 600. It's like plus 350, plus 400 other books. So
yeah, that's still good odds. You shop around. It's important. We got to remember to shop around.
Yeah.
My next one, you mentioned my baby Tigers. I'm going the Tigers plus 350 to win the AL Central. Look, I'm high on my boys, and I think the rest of the AL Central is down. I made my case for Scatterbull earlier to be the AL Cy Young. I think the staff is loaded and a lot better than last year. Jack Flaherty, former Cy Young winner, he's looked good in the spring training. Kenta Maeda, whose velocity has been good, has good placement as secondary pitches in spring training. That's a huge plus to finish off that rotation. Yet Casey Miz, who was one of the top picks in the draft, always hurt, but he showed glimpses. And you got Reese Olson as a fifth starter who went 3-1 with a 1.44 ERA. That's a pretty good staff. Bats are going to be a lot better, a lot younger. They have like Austin Green, Parker Meadows, all these guys that are due for these breakout seasons. I think the White Sox are going to be the worst team in the MLB. I think they're going to be battling your A's, be one of the worst teams in the league. Indians have a new manager. Not sure what we're going to get from them. Major questions with the pitcher staff. Bieber's been hurt the last couple of years. Not sure we're going to get with McKenzie, who's coming back from an injury. Royals could have a breakout season, but I really don't trust Reagan's the kid they got from the Rangers to carry that over into next season.
He's good. I like Reagan. He's really good.
Yeah. Do they have enough offense around Bobby Wiggins Jr.?
No,
I don't
not
think
yet.
so.
Not yet.
And Minnesota lost Gray. I don't trust their offense. I think they're going to take a step down. Look, I'm seeing plus 350 for the Tigers to win it all. I think they're mispriced. I think they could win it all. So I'm definitely going to take a shot on that. Can you believe?
I love that, dude. I know a few people who are on the White Sox to go under their win total. I'm not sure exactly what it is. It might be around 60, 50, 59, 60. I take that under because it might hit. They're going to be bad.
I think they're going to go under there for sure. I think they're definitely going to go under that win
Yeah.
Um,
I like this Tigers play,
I mean,
man. I'm gonna have to take it with you.
can you believe the MLB season is literally, it starts on Thursday?
I'm excited, man. I'm ready.
I mean,
so
literally,
happy.
it
I'm so
starts on
happy.
Thursday. The
I'm
thing that
happy.
upsets me the most, and I don't think you know this, I'm a huge Brian Wu guy, the guy from Seattle, the pitcher that came up, who's just strikeout props were priced so low.
Yeah.
He's on the DL to start the season. So I
Yes, he
cannot
is.
wait for him to come out, not bet that first start, him get a little shaky, then that second start out of the gate, absolutely loaded.
Did he pitch at all in the spring training? I didn't see. I
don't
know
think
he's
he
on
has.
the DL.
He's got some arm issue going on, so maybe a little bit. I really don't know, but
I love the Seattle pitchers, man. I target them for props all the time, all day. I love those guys.
I was gonna bet him to lead the league in strikeouts. That was one guy I had started, but since obviously he's not starting the year, prop listed.
It'd be top 5, man.
He's good, dude. He's a flamethrower.
So is that Reagans from Kansas City, man. He could put up 10 a game.
He's so inconsistent, man. He's so inconsistent.
He's got to work on his game for sure.
So I have a quick Kansas City story. So last year, that's where the NFL draft was. And me and the ladies from Dresses and Solid Pretzels went down there to do some work.
Nice.
And we went to this bar called the Drunken Worm. Phenomenal place. And the manager was like, look, dude, we're getting these new sweatshirts in. We're going to hook you up, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, okay. I gave him my stuff. Son of a gun, the guy mailed me a sweatshirt. Wrong color, wrong size, but he mailed me a sweatshirt, and I appreciated it. Wrote him a very nice email asking him, hey, can I buy one, right color, right size? Thank you, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. No response. Waited a month. No response. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Probably is just being a jerk, whatever. I told one of my buddies, yo, dude, check this place out. It's a good bar. He went there like a month, actually over the weekend, he was in Kansas City, went there. Bar's been closed for 4 months. So literally right after he said it shut down, and I've been emailing a dead email server. Kind of fun. I don't know.
That's kind of fun.
It was a hell of a place. Great name, dude. Great freaking name.
Absolutely.
Now, obviously, I'm a big basketball guy. College basketball is going on. March Madness, big tournament. And look, with our boy Sports Facts, I totally agree with this comment. Worst round of 32 ever.
Yeah.
But we need to take some takeaways. Wade, what is your takeaway from round 1, round 2? What is your takeaway?
Really, I guess my takeaway, I was really surprised with how Alabama pulled through. There was a lot of people along Grand Canyon, and I thought that they were going to win. I mean, they took the lead with I don't know how many minutes left, and they let it slip away. I don't know, just kind of showed some resolve in that Alabama team. I don't know if they're going to make it much farther past this round, but there was just almost like the whole world was against them. A lot of people were on the dog in there, and they almost pulled it out. So I was pretty impressed with Alabama, how they came away with that, and not just by winning by 1 either. I mean, they won by multiple points there. So that was pretty impressive for them to stick that out and pretty high pressure situation.
I was pissed, dude. I had Grand Canyon plus 750 makes sweet.
I know.
Plus 210 to win. I had them plus the points. I laddered Grant Foster, missed the full thing by
he is so good.
Right. Little bit disappointed by that. My biggest takeaway is this. The review system sucks. It is so brutal.
Yeah.
We're getting nothing but review after review after review after review after review. And the one time there needed to be a review, when that kid from Stanford made one of the best plays I've ever seen in my life, chasing down Timberlake from Kansas to get that block. And he had so much momentum, it looked like he hit him, but in reality, he just blocked him. And they couldn't review it because you can't review fouls. No. You could review flagrant 1, flagrant 2 if the ball goes out of bounds, which I get. But my proposal is this. You have one guy sitting at at the scorer's table. He's the ultimate say. He decides if it's a flagrant 1 or flagrant 2. If it is, he just buzzes in, hey, this is what it is. There's not the meeting. And then it's like the NBA. Coaches have challenges. Like if a ball goes out of bounds, you can use a challenge. If you win it, you keep it. If you lose it, you lose a timeout. You get 2 challenges for the game. I think that would take it because honestly, there was literally that last 2 minutes of the Sanford, Kansas game, because the reviews took 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And the one play they needed to review the most, they didn't review it. So the review system needs to be changed. I think coaches should get challenges. One guy at the counter at the scorer's table saying it was a flagrant 1, flagrant 2. I think it would speed the game up, make it a lot enjoyable because these things absolutely suck and need to stop.
That's a good one. I like that. That's a very good point. I agree.
Look, now we're at my favorite part of the show, which we already kind of did, but we're doing it some more because I love betting. We're on to some bets for the Sweet 16. Wade, lay it on me. What is your first bet?
I'm going to go with probably an unpopular pick here, but I think Illinois is going to win this game. I'm taking the money line. Plus 110. If you want to be safer, I think you can still get him plus 1.5. I mean, what's the point of taking plus 1.5? Might as well take a money line. I just don't think they're going to be able to stop Shannon. They haven't been able to stop pure scorers, especially just players like him. I think he's going to easily drop 30 in this game. I think Domask and Hawkins, I think they'll each easily add double-digit points. I think Illinois is going to be able to out-rebound Iowa State, maybe by double digits. I know Illinois ranks 9th in the country in offensive rebounds. Iowa State ranks 255th in offensive rebounds. So go right there. I mean, Illinois has 5 starters, all averaging over 4 rebounds, 4 of them over 5 rebounds a game. And I also believe that free throws matter in close games. And Illinois ranks 8th at 74% as a team. Iowa State shooting 69% as a team. And that's 276 in the country. I know Iowa State's defense is really good. I'm sure they're going to Illinois is going to have some lulls in scoring, but I just think there's going to be way too many people on Iowa State. I think rebounds and free throws are really going to matter in a game like this, and I just think Shannon's going to be able to score too many points. So that's my takeaway.
The biggest thing you said is Iowa State is showing this year when they have that one guy that they go against that can take over a game, they really have struggled, and that's what Shannon. I'm still a little.
He doesn't really shoot threes very well, but I don't know.
Hashtag should have been Drake. If Drake could have just made some goddamn free throws against Washington State, they would have got through. I actually had Drake winning this game, but I could definitely see this. I'll probably play Illinois. I'm not gonna lie.
Free throws are really big in these kind of games, man. You can't miss free throws.
I don't trust Iowa State's point guard. I just don't trust them.
They're good. They're good.
I think in big moments, I just don't trust him to make the plays. My next play, I'm going to UNC here, minus 3.5. Everyone is hyped. I'm sorry to say this. I'm sorry, man. Everyone's hyping up this Alabama team. But they've shown us all year they can't defend.
Yeah.
Charleston was getting open 3 after open 3 after open 3. Couldn't make a 3 in the first half, and the wheels were off by halftime. Now let's look at Grand Canyon. For the season, they shot 34% from 3 against Alabama, 2 for 20. They shot 75% from the free throw line. Against Alabama, they shot 62%, missing 15 free throws. The first 2 rounds of the tournament, Alabama's opponents shot 37% from the floor, 23% from three-point land, and 68% from the free throw line. Alabama's opponents are due for positive shooting regression. I think that is coming with North Carolina. Also, one thing you mentioned rebounding. I'm a huge rebounding guy. North Carolina is the 6th best rebounding team in the country and top 50 in the country in offensive rebounding. I think they were able to get some second chance points. Whiteshed got hurt. We're not even sure if he's going to go. He got hit in the head, has a concussion. We don't even know. This is going to put a lot on Sears. And for the season, North Carolina has been very good defending the point guard position. And I don't think Alabama has anyone that can handle Baycott down below. I'm going to take the Tar Heels here, minus the 3.5.
No argument here. I was actually going to be one of my picks until I saw your picks first, and I saw you had them.
I beat you to the sheet, man.
Oh, I mean, you beat me to the odds as well. So I think it's 4.5. Is it 4.5 now?
Is it? I don't know.
I think it's 4.5.
I really don't know.
I think it's 4.5.
I'll tell you what. I usually don't fire early at NCAA except for the NCAA tournament. Like during the regular season, I usually don't fire, but I'm firing in these right away because you mentioned it. Stuff moves.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
It looks like we're going to be on opposite ends here, my man.
Yeah, no, I took this to kind of go against you because I kind of wanted to have one pick where we could kind of go back and forth. I mean, I still may think Duke can get this. I haven't been big on Duke all year, but I really haven't been big on Houston all year either. They can have trouble scoring. They're going to stop people from scoring, but they can go on droughts as well. I'm not saying Duke's a great defensive team either, but I don't know. I just think from seeing Houston, seeing their guards get into some foul trouble last game, I think I can see the same thing happening in this game. I think Duke's guards are starting to play up to maybe their potential. They're a little younger, obviously. Roach isn't, but McCain is, and he's going to be a high NBA draft pick. I kind of like having those players on your team. I think he's gaining confidence. I think they're going to attack Houston. I don't know. It's pretty tricky here. I think this is a big game where Filipowski is going to finally show up and have a big game. They kind of need him to here. I think McCain and Proctor are still going to shoot well from the outside. And if Roach can just keep things steady, get 12, 15 points, 5, 8 assists, I think they'll be able to turn Houston over 10, 12, 15 times maybe in this game. I think Houston might get a little rambunctious with the ball here. Because the stakes are going to be a little bit higher, and I can see Duke covering. I can probably sprinkle a little bit on Duke to win. I don't know. This is my one. This is my one probably upset that I would take in this whole round. I don't know. I'm not like 100% confident on it. That's for sure.
I did Houston -3.5.
Yeah, sure.
And here's my counter. The one thing that Duke has shown us this year is they've struggled against physical teams, and Houston is one of the most physical teams in the country.
Yeah.
So when the Houston punches them in the mouth, I don't think Duke is going to punch back. Houston is the 8th best offensive rebounding team in the country. They're going to get some second chance looks against Duke. Also, if that happens, that's going to lead to Duke playing more of Kelly, their big man, to play center, to get bigger, throw Filipowski over to the 4, and I think that's going to hurt because Kelly is such a liability on the defensive end. Also, I'm a big shot regression guy. Vermont and James Madison shot a combined 24% from three-point land. During that time frame, Duke shot 43. So I think the opponents are going to shoot better. Opponent in this game is Houston.
That's called defense, baby.
I think Duke is going to come a little bit. Also, they shot 14 from 28 last game. Yeah. I need to see a team that shoots 14 to 28 from 3, playing one of the best defensive teams in the country. Flip side, Sheed from Houston. He's shown us he can take over. He can put a team on his back and lead him. Duke 5-4 in quad 1 games. Houston won 17 of them. McLean is coming off a 30-point game where he had 8 threes. Last time he went over 30 points. The game after, he shot 1 of 8 from three-point land, 3 of 9 from the floor against Miami. And last time I checked, Houston has a way better defense than Miami. Duke's shooting regression, Houston's physical style. I'm going to take Houston here to cover the bet. I got Houston here -3.5.
I like it. I think there's arguments on both sides of this one for sure. But yeah, I mean, I think most people are going to be on Houston.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They're the more veteran team. It's going to be tough for these young kids. Going to beat them, knock them out of the tournament here.
Final bet. You're going to the kid that's stealing the tournament, Big DJ.
I'm doing it, man. I'm gonna at least take them to cover. I still think Marquette's going to win the game. But I think that NC State's got enough veteran players to keep this game within at least 7, 6, I guess. I don't know. How do you beat Marquette? You got to keep them from shooting I think they're 25-2 when they shoot at least 44% of their shots. They're 2-7 when they don't. The last 4 of the 7 games in this winning streak of NC State, they've held teams under 39%. I'm not saying they've been the caliber shooting of Marquette in their backcourt right now, but defense can kind of carry over. And if they've got a system down right now, they may be able to cause a little struggle there. I just think, the 2 DJs there, Horn, he's shooting 40% from deep. He makes almost 3-pointers a game. Burns is going to be trouble down low for them, I think. I know they've got a big themselves to kind of guard him, but they've got 2 other big guys in Diarra and Middlebrooks that they can bring in. Taylor and Morsel can score. I don't know. They're a pretty complete team for an 11 seed. I know they had their struggles, but they kind of ran through the ACC tournament. What's going to stop them from keep going? I know Colic and Jones are playing out of their minds right now. They're probably one of the best backcourt in the country right now. But NC State's hungry. They're a veteran squad too. And I just don't see their run ending in a blowout. I don't see them losing by like 10 points. I can see them keeping it close. 5 points, 4 points, 6 points.
And they got their regression game out. They were due for regression against Oakland. Could have lost to Oakland. Snuck through it.
Sure.
Should have lost to Colorado. I mean, like, that Colorado game was amazing to me. I still have no idea how Colorado.
I thought Colorado should be in this position here. I thought they were going to win that game, honestly. So
they should have. They had 3 guys shooting over 40% with open looks. Didn't hit.
Yeah, I don't think NC State's going to have trouble scoring. Just can they slow down Colic? Is Colic going to get 12 assists this game, or I don't know. It's tough.
I don't think Colic's that good. I'll say it. I think he can be stopped offensively.
Sure.
And I think NC State has the guards to do that. Also, I don't think Marquette has anyone physical enough to keep up with Burns. I think Burns is going to be able to eat down low.
He's so good, man. We're comparing him to Zach Randolph, and I love Zach Randolph as a player. So if he can even be half of that,
Michigan State's finest Debo, dude. I love me some Debo.
Oh, my God. Hey, Marion, Indiana, baby.
My last one. Look, my team I picked to win it all. Give me Tennessee here at -2. Also for another little tie-in, you can get Connect over 20.5 points right now. I know everyone thinks Ryan Kohlberger is this elite defender, but when you look at what Oregon did to him with Dante scoring 28 points, with Caliburg guarding Adu, they're going to put him in the pick and roll with Connect. That's going to be drop coverage. So what's that mean? Connect's going to get some open looks. When they start going up, Adu's just going to be running. I just don't think they can stop the pick and roll action of Tennessee. I also think Tennessee has more ways of beating you. Look, Alexander from Creighton's great. He can get to the rim, but he hasn't been doing that all year. He's been very inconsistent with that tone of playing, and Tennessee has elite defenders on the wing, and they can roll multiple guys to him. McDermott, as a dog in the tournament, 38% ATS. Doesn't cover it all as a dog. I think Tennessee is better offensively. I think they're better defensively. And they have the best player on the court. Last 20 years, when a 2 seed plays a 3 seed and the line is 3 or less, 67% ATS. I think Tennessee will get it done. I have them -2 over Creighton. I think this Creighton team's a bluff. When you look at the shot quality score in their first 2 rounds, shows the game should have been a lot closer. And they should have lost to Oregon straight up. So that's it, man.
I'm ready to watch Creighton go down, man. Everybody's on Creighton. They're going down.
Of course, after the chalkiest second round ever, I'm on three favorites. So I need to get definitely some dogs. I'll mix some dogs in later. I have to look. Gonzaga is really tempting. NC State is tempting, and Illinois is tempting. Clemson, not going to touch Clemson with a 5-foot pole, man.
That's a tough one. I don't know. I kind of want Purdue to lose, so
I can't stand Purdue. I went on a Zach Edey rant like a couple weeks ago. Someone called me out on it, and now we have all these stouts coming on Twitter like anonymous and basically saying what I'm saying, and I'm sending them to these guys that have been blowing up my DM. No answers, which is freaking hilarious if you ask me. Wade, I'd like to thank you for coming on. When you tell everyone where they can find you on social media, my friend.
Yeah, you can find me at Wade's Bets. I'm on X. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. Most of my stuff's on X. So just follow me at Wade's Bets. I've got a premium Discord over at WAP. Just Top Flight Discord if you search that on WAP.com. So, yeah, just follow us over there. We're getting ready for gearing up for baseball, obviously. So we still got NBA going on. We got a little NCAA baseball still going on. Had a rough night tonight, went 0-2, but see if we can bounce back.
All right, man. Make sure to give my boy Wade a follow. We'll be back next week talking some Final Four. Till next week, let's make some money. Let's cash some tickets, boys and girls.